Ooh, okay. I want to bring in now former federal prosecutor Neama Rahmani. Good to see you. So, all right. Well, he says he looks forward to proving his innocence. Now, when jury selection begins tomorrow, what kinds of jurors will each side be looking for? What might be some of the questions they're asked, even?
Well, prosecutors are going to look for jurors that are going to obviously have a pro-prosecution bias. Make sure you don't bring folks that are like skeptical, because it is a very strong case for the government when you have hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash and gold bars. You're not going to want jurors that are going to maybe buy into conspiracy theories, because we know the senator is going to argue that because he grew up in communist Cuba and his father was a gambler, he had this scarcity mindset and he stashed this money away because he was worried about putting it in the bank or some other more traditional form.
So you gauge it's a strong case largely because of the evidence that has been publicly revealed. We're talking about the gold bars, cars. But what else will be weighed to see if prosecutors can prove that obtaining those things came by way of wrongdoing?
Well, we have a cooperating witness. One of the co-defendants, Jose Uribe, has pleaded guilty and agreed to testify. So he's the one who provided that luxury Mercedes to Menendez's wife, Nadine. So he's going to be a key witness in something that is new as well. Of course, we know the senator is going to argue, like he did in his previous corruption trial in 2017, which hung that he was acting for the public good. He was just advocating on behalf of constituents. But when you're dealing with military aid to Egypt or financial dealings with Qatar, I think that's going to be a bridge too far for most jurors, unlike his previous case that did hang.
All right, Senator Menendez and his wife, as you mentioned, Nadine, are both being charged. They will be tried separately. Do you see that prosecutors will try to pit them against one another, that perhaps because he's the bigger fish, his wife might be offered some sort of deal to testify against him even?
Potentially, yes, but I don't think Nadine is going to testify. She has some health issues, and the fact that the defense was successfully able to get the trial severed, that was a win for the senator. In the previous case, Senator Menendez and the eye doctor, who was at the center of the corruption and bribery charges, they presented a united defense, but not in this case. We know that the senator is going to point the finger at his wife because she was the one that was more directly connected to these individuals. And he's going to say, listen, I didn't have anything to do with this. I didn't know what she was doing. She's the one that received the Mercedes. She's the one that was paid for a no-show job. And I really didn't know what was going on. So I think we're going to see a divided defense, not a united one in this particular case.
All right. Neama Rahmani, great to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.